Guys, welcome back. I hope you had a chance to practice page 184 on your own, and we're just going to quickly take a minute before we start on today's new work to check our answers. So I'm just going to kind of jump right down here to number 10. We're working on number of steps from home. It says the store is blank steps from Randy's home, so your answer here would come from the store. And you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 footprints. And the example here gave us that each footprint stood for 10 steps. So that's how we filled that in up there. So 9 times 10 is 90, or skip count by tens. And then number 11, Randy's home is 50 steps from the bus stop. He will draw blank feet on the graph, and you'll see that I have my fun little feet that I drew here, but we need to get to 50. So counting by tens is a great strategy. So I drew 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. So I had to draw 5 footsteps to get to 50. And then the next one is number 12. The post office is 80 steps from Randy's home. He will draw blank more on the graph. So I'm going to skip count by tens, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, but I needed to get to 80, so I drew one more, 70, another 80. So I drew 2 more on the graph. Okay, so hopefully you did okay with that, practicing on your own. We're going to go ahead and we're going to move to page 185. And on here, we are using a chart and we're using tally marks down here. Okay, so it says count the boxes of fruit juice on the shelves and complete the tally chart. So when we do tallies, we do them in groups of 5. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4 straight lines, and then you do 5 across. And then it makes it really easy when you look at tallies, so you know that you're counting by 5. So for instance, here on our apple juice, we have 5, 10, 15, 20. Okay, and we can even double check here that they have all of those juice boxes. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. That took me a long time to count by ones, but if you'll notice across the front, they have 5 juice boxes. So I can count by 5s and count how many rows back. So 5, 10, 15, 20. Okay, so that's a strategy that I can use to make it easier than counting by ones. So on my chart here, that was a scary little drawing there. On my chart here, I am going to write there are 20 apple juice boxes. So again, we want to use that same strategy of counting by 5s for our orange juice. But what's different here is, look, we have 5 across, but back here, there's 2 missing from that 5. So this is going to be 5 and 3, or 5, 6, 7, 8. So I see 8 juice boxes that are orange. So I'm going to make my tally marks. Remember, we do them in 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then across 4, 5, and then 1, 2, 3 more, and that gives me a total of 8. Okay, let's look at our pair. So we have 1 set of tally marks for our front row for 5. So again, you can kind of see I'm using slightly different strategies. You do what works best for you, okay? And then I have another row of 5. And then I have another row of 5. And then on the back, I just have one lonely juice box. So now I'm going to count how many I have of my tallies. 5, 10, 15, and then by ones, 16. So I have 16 pear juice boxes. The next one is grapes. So I have one row of 5. So I'm going to make my first set of 5 tallies, and I have another row of 5. And I'm going to count. I have 5, 10. So I have 10 total juice boxes that are grape. All right, so that's how we use tally marks, and we can count our tally marks. It makes it fast and easy. A lot of you might use tally marks when you're playing games and things like that. All right, so now we're going to move to page 186. Now we've already basically done number 2. We did that on number 1. It's asking for the same information in both places. Just because my video shortens how much time I can record, I'm not going to spend time filling that in, but you can go ahead and do it from the front page. We're going to go ahead and we're going to go to number 3 though. It says, then complete the graph. So we already know that we had 20 apple juices. So again, our key down here is saying each box or rectangle stands for 2 boxes of fruit juice. Okay, so we have 8 of our orange. So then that means I'm going to have to draw, okay, this sounds for 2, 4, 6, 8. Okay. Now we know with our pear juice boxes, we had 16. So I can go 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. If I were to make an equation, that would be 16 divided by 2. Again, it's not asking for that, but that's another strategy you can use is by dividing. Okay, and then our last one is the grape juice, which we had 10 of those from the front page. Okay. The strategy that helps most of you is skip counting. So we have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So we had a total of 5. So again, that would be, if we were looking at it like an equation, you could take 10, divide it by 2, and that would give you your 5. Okay, And now it just says to fill in the blanks. Number 4, there are blank boxes of apple juice. So how many did we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I am going to write on number 4, 10. And number 5, there are blank boxes of fruit juice in all. So we have 10 here. And because I scrolled down the screen, it's a little tricky to see now, but we have 10 here. We had 4 of our orange. We had 8 pear, and we had 5 grape. You could go and count each of them individually, or you could add all of them together. Lots of different strategies. Sorry, that kind of looked weird. Okay, if I add them all together, I have 10 plus 4 is 14. 14 plus 8 is 22. And 22 plus 5 is 27. I could even count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27. So a couple different strategies of how you could have solved that. And forgive my terrible writing. So 27 juice boxes in all. Okay, what I'd like you to do now is I want you to try and do page 187 and 188 on your own. The one thing I want to show you really quick on page 188 is after you count, so on number right here on number 6, you're going to be counting how many animals are making tally marks and writing the number. And then over here, they just want you to color in each of these little bubbles for the amount of animals that you have. Okay. All right. Keep working hard.